Next thing we're going to do is create a component that can actually show us the details of the specific country we click. So again, like we did with our products here. But we're just going to create one here and click component and then add one, and let's call it country details. Like this, and .view. So this will be our new component, and we need our template, we need our script, and the style here. So this is the first part of this part. Yes, of course it is. Let's just add some dummy text here, details. That's all we want for now. And let's go back to our home here, because we kind of want to make this part here. So for each time there's a country name, you want to make this a router, right? So like we did in our products, where we have here, we have a router. And in this case, we're passing in a lot of params, but we don't need to do this in this case. So let's go back to view, and in here we're going to create our router, if I can spell right, router link, like this. So we have this and this. And between these, I'm just going to put in, if you didn't delete it, if I can do it right again, I can't seem to do my, there we go. And here I'm just going to do country.name again. So for each time there's a name, we're going to use this, right? Easy peasy. So for our router link, we want to use the bind here with 2, and then set this equals to these two double apostrophes here. And inside we're going to use the params again to actually pass whatever we want to do. But before we do this, we also need to change our router here, our router.js over here, and actually add our component to route, so we can actually use them just like we did down here with going from products to product / with an ID. What we want to do is, it's really similar to the other one, so I'm just gonna copy the first one here and then paste this in, and then change this around. So the path, once I click, as I showed, is going to be country, and then we're going to do a /, and then we're going to do something here. So this, the last part is going to pass in something like we did ID with our product, so it's going to do /1, /2, /3. It doesn't really make sense. So what we want to do, we want to grab something that's unique for each country. In this case, our names are pretty unique, but sometimes there's a space between the name, like I don't know, wherever. Here we go, antiqueware and wherever. But what that doesn't have a space is especially the code. So we're going to use the country code here to actually have as a navigation and as a unique ID. So what I'm going to call this is the C code, like this. And it's no longer being called, what's it called? Home. It's going to be called country. There we go. And it's going to be called detail. And the component is called the same as this one up here. So country and like this. So this is all we need for our router right now. So we can now use this within our router view. And that's all we need for, oh, we need one more, I almost forgot. We need to import our new what's it called, component up here. So import, and we need to have our, what was it called? It was called country detail from, and then to one of those, and a / component, component / country details, like this .view. So we're also importing this into our router, right? Just if you go to a browser right now, it's going to make an error because you can see our home isn't completely done. So let's go back to this. Now we know we have our router view set up, we have our path set up, so we need to pass some information into our params up here. The first thing we want to do is we want to create an object here, because we want to pass more than one thing in. Now we want to do the name first, because in our router we assigned a name to it right here, right? Name, country details. So we're going to use this in here. So param and name is equal to, whoops, do those and this. So country detail, that's what we're going to use. And then we're going to set the params like this. And that's an object as well. And in here we're going to tell it what it wants to use, what we want to use. And if we look at our router, it's the CC code here, copy. And the CC code equals to this. And what's actually being attached to this, the key value here, is the country. And if we look at our, where'd it go, where's my mouse? It's the country, and we want to grab the code, right? So a code here, and remember, capital C. So this is what we want to pass through and also into our link. So /country / the country's code. So let's click save and let's go to our browser. Hopefully it doesn't break, and it does because I did an error in my router. And let's figure out what that is. So components, country details, right? Let's go to the router. So country detail, and what's the name? Country details with an S. Great stuff. And so let's add an S like this. And now we go back to our browser, and let's just hover this mouse down here for Aruba, and you can see at the bottom of the browser, I'm going to move it away, but just down here it says localhost 88/country/ABW. If you click it, I go to my component page, that is this one here. So now we know, and details with a lot of S's, so everything is working, right? Cool. So now we have our name param, our actual navigation for this part here set up. And the next part we're going to be looking is into actually grabbing the correct data and presenting only Aruba's information in this one.